Hi, my name is Dana Arnett, co-host of Wicked Marketing, along with my partner, Carlos Cepene. You can find more information about us and our business on LinkedIn, or if you have any questions, email us at info@wickedbionic.com. Subscribe to Wicked Marketing on Apple Podcasts and write an awesome review for us. We're also on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Google Play. Thanks for listening. Hi, this is Dana.
And I'm Carlos.
Hi, well, welcome today. Thank you for listening. We have a fantastic guest, one of our most favorite people, Robin Richter. She's president of Wearable Imaging, which is a hugely successful promotional products business. She's been doing it for like 2 decades. And she's also the most fabulous thing, a best-selling author of The Golf Course Millionaire, helping you build relationships by staying unforgettable. Welcome, Robin.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
You bet. So glad to have you here. I know all the great things you've done in the world and how you've been in business and making promotional products, but also having people buy them and the way that that's worked for you. And that's kind of what we wanted to talk about. Carlos loves products.
So I think that that's one of the things that when you think of the overall marketplace, right, there's still certain sort of like historical marketing methods that some of them have transitioned out, but this is one that is a staple that continues to be super relevant to anyone doing either business to consumer or business to business marketing, which is your branded products in particular, and how that helps you connect. So, Robin, tell us a little bit about how you got into this business and what is it about the business that you love so much?
Thank you. I started the business with my father in 1992, and it, I can't believe we're going on 29 years. It's just amazing. And what do I love about this business is that it's ever changing. Like, today we've got, this hot new product. Tomorrow, like there's something new, and it's ever changing. So as it's ever changing, I'm constantly learning about, it could be mason jars from China. It could be hand sanitizer. Why do we do 62% versus, below that? And especially because of COVID, we've learned so much about, just PPE related products and what is expected out there. I love getting people's brands noticed and keeping, people really in the unique, how they get noticed by providing unique items. So,
and I think that that's one of the things that I love the most about this, that people either don't understand or tend to miss, right? That is the fact that one of the terms in marketing that's the most important in particular nowadays, and in particular with everything that's happening with COVID, is frequency. How many times people see your brand really determines whether they're able to recall your brand when they need to make a decision, right? So by doing these type of custom products with your custom branding, not only are you creating something that puts you forward as innovative or different, but you're a constant reminder to the person that carries that product with them of your brand. So then the things that our clients is that nowadays people are getting exposed to up to 10,000 ads a day, right? And then they create which is incredible, right? So in order for their brain to create a positive association with a brand, it takes up to 14 exposures to that brand. By creating these consumer products that are, or products overall, that are branded, that are things that are useful, that are entertaining, that are a constant positive reminder of someone's brand, you're creating that association without having to spend this huge amount of money constantly in order to be in front of people. And I know that I carry branded products with me all the time, and it's always a great association.
Wearable imaging products
Yeah, I was going to say,
I have some wearable imaging products.
What did we do? Robin did the most beautiful for our staff. We did these beautiful, like Sherpa warm blankets, and Carlos and I use them on our. So it's been like 3 years now, right?
Yeah.
And we did straws.
I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to use them because my dog has claimed the blanket, and it's now
true.
He's the only one allowed on it on the couch.
Well,
but,
you know, Robin, I want to talk too because in the old days, promotional products were pens, coffee mugs. So talk about someone like the new, I know there's so much PPE, but some of the new and innovative things. I think that's really what sets you apart when you go into corporates, is that you have products that are very, that are things that people haven't seen yet.
Well, going back to, the pens and the mugs and all of those things will always be staple items. I think that it's super important to talk about items that are functional. What do we use on a daily basis, whether it be an insulated tumbler because you're, constantly drinking. So it's, those are still super, super important, but it's those particular items are very, they've come a long way in, how like an insulated tumbler can keep your water cold for 24 hours now. I mean, that wasn't the case in the day. But as far as like one of the coolest products that we've been really selling a lot lately is this wireless charger for your phone. You open it up and it has a UV sanitizer in it. So you put your phone in there, you wait 30 seconds and it beeps and your phone is completely desanitized. And you can put your jewelry in there, your keys in there. Yeah, it's crazy. So we're selling those like crazy. I think as far as cutting edge, how we've pivoted would be the branded swag boxes that we're doing.
Right.
People are not going to events right now. They have to, everything is online, Zoom, And so we are providing like custom swag boxes for people that do events where you would go and you would get your, your bag with all your stuff. Instead, it's coming to your house. So, we are doing boxes that have just amazing branding to them, messages on the outside with all kinds of, you name it. You can get as fancy as you want, comes right to your home. And it's like, boom, like here's all my branded swag. And it's all, it can be, there's so many, we could do like wine and cheese party boxes. We can do, spa boxes. We can do boxes that are, created just especially around your events. And that's been super fun because we've been able to get really, really creative.
That was a pivot for you. I'm sorry, Carlos. I want to say that was a big pivot for you. Huge. To get into a new space. And as a recipient from Pinnacle Global Network, the box that I received before our event, it's so fun to get that box in the mail and the event's a couple days late and you open it up and it's completely branded and you feel like you want to attend. It's also very inspiring to make you to attend. So They were beautifully done.
Yes.
And I think that's part of the great thing about these products, right? That one of the most important things that you want to do in marketing is not only create a good first impression or post impression, but drive a certain emotion on people when they're connecting with your brand. And people love to receive these things, right? It's like getting one of those like secret boxes full of different things inside of it that you just enjoy every moment. And that creates a memory on people that's a positive memory that gets associated with your brand, which I think is essential.
So true. We did, I think one of the most popular things we've done in the box, and Dana, you had you received the pair of socks. They are so cool.
Carlos did.
They're no-show. He steal them. They're no-show socks, and they're like 100% cotton, and they're so so comfortable, and, we're hanging around the house and we need, something to just be comfy in. And we've done a lot of sweatshirts and a lot of cooking utensils too, which has been really fun.
Robin, can you talk about, because I think it's another side for our listeners about corporates, because I know you go, a lot of your business is corporations looking to provide internal gifts internally and then also to their customers and clients. And one of the things I think is really great that we can't do as a service-based business is that you can go in, brand stuff, and then present it to them to kind of show what you do. So tell us a little bit about what that looks like when you walk into a corporate and you're thinking, how do I prepare and how do I stand out?
So, for instance, Honda, American Honda, they're based locally here in Orange County or in Torrance, California, which is about an hour from our office. We had the, privilege to present to them, and we presented, I think, in front of like 22 procurement folks. And the first thing we did was when we walked in, well, I had my book sitting in front of all of them.
Book. Yeah.
And a lot of them were golfers. So that was like huge, that was really fun. And what we did was we created actual, products with the Honda logo. And, at the very end of the event, so we presented, all the items. This is hot. This is what's new. We talked about some of their events that they had coming up and why this would be, a good fit. But the fun thing was at the very end, we raffled off every single one of those items. You would have thought these guys were like 5 years old. It was hilarious. And, that was the biggest hit. We got, emails after emails just saying, oh my gosh, I won this, and we were giving away like really expensive stuff,
Yeah, you spend enough. I know how you spend money. That's not free for you to make all those one-offs for people.
No,
right?
I
know that.
But in turn, it was an amazing investment because literally after the meeting, one of the procurement gentlemen, he came up to us and he said, do you have a minute? Can you come to my office? So we said, of course. So we sat down and, he said, we're working on this big project. And long story short, we ended up getting this project. And we got a lot of, clients out of that particular presentation. And I just love working with Honda. I love the brand. I love the logo. They're fantastic people. And I play golf with some of them too.
And speaking of golf, so how has your book, because when Carlos and I wrote a book, it's 2016 now, Influence Over Coffee, it was a door opener for us. And so the Golf Course Millionaire, because were you a pro golfer? Were you a pro golfer?
I was.
Right. Okay. No bullshit. Like I won't get on the course till I practiced for 6 years with Robin, but she wrote the Golf Course Millionaire. And how has that helped you in as far as business is concerned? I think that would be interesting for our listeners.
I think, when people say, oh, you wrote this book on golf, and it's really not about golf. It's just about the relationships that I've developed over the years. I've played golf all my life. I started when I was 9 years old. And this just applying golf and business just go together. And whether it's golf or it's another passion you have, it could be tennis, it could be art, it could be anything, but it's, using that connection. And going back to the example of the Honda meeting, when I put this book in front of every single participant, it was like, oh my gosh, you wrote a book? And they're coming up to me afterwards asking me to sign it and stuff. And it's really about the subtitle is how to turn relationships into big business through golf. And I just talk about a lot of my experiences and things that you can do, and how to build these relationships and meeting people. But everything is about relationships, it took and it's about patience, especially when, you're asking me about the corporate world. It took quite a while to get the opportunity to present to Honda.
Right.
That was a big deal. That was about a year in the making of just showing up constantly, letting them know who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Right. No. And I think go ahead, Carlos.
Go ahead, Ben.
No, go.
No, I think that's, in the overall market, people, there is that perception about golf, right? That it is where these big business deals happen, where these conversations happen. And that is part of how you create more business or foster more business for whatever type of organization you have. And I think those kind of things go hand in hand, maybe not so much right now because of COVID, obviously, right? There isn't that many people like meeting new people, where I think that things like the products that you provide are creating a unique opportunity for you while you can't maybe be in person there to remind people of your brand. And another thing that I think is great about them is that if for any reason you have a problem starting a conversation with someone, going into a meeting with someone, and this is true at every level of business, right?
Yes.
Having a branded product is always a conversation starter.
Right.
Like people, that opens a conversation, even if it's a pen. You hand someone a pen when you just meet them, and they're immediately going to say, oh my God, I love this pen. It's so great. Your logo looks excellent on it if it's well done, obviously. And that creates that opening to talk about something that will lead into a conversation at any level of business. And so I think that those are the, go ahead.
I was going to say what's very fun. You're absolutely right, Carlson. What's very funny is I have known Robin for quite a while now. Robin's been just such a great person to as a part of my life and as a mentor, certainly. And whenever we're at events together, Robin will pull something out. It might be a charger and it's got bling on it, or it's got a pen with a diamond on top or something crazy.
That's why I have a large purse.
And what did I do? The last time we were together recently? You pulled something out. And I took it from you because you always give me stuff, right? And I took it from you. I put it in my purse. I walked over to my briefcase. I put it in my briefcase, and you said, "Excuse me, my husband gave me that." So I had to give it back. I mean,
that was that really cool fan. That was that cool fan. That was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. That was hilarious. I was kind of embarrassed, but it's you, so I wasn't.
Just admit it, Dana. You're a little klepto.
Well, I thought you'd give, so I'll take whatever. I don't have to ask. But you always have the best stuff that makes it so fun. And you're right. I mean, it always starts a conversation.
I want to tell you about one really.
Go ahead,
I just want to tell you about one really cool project we're doing right now, and it's so fun to hear the excitement in people. We have a very large construction company that we work with, and since they are not able to do the Christmas party, they decided that they were going to spend more money on employee gifts this year. They are giving each employee a North Face jacket. Okay. And these are very expensive.
Yes.
So they get to choose either a vest or a jacket. So we created a custom website where they can go on and they just order whatever they want. And we get, all the Excel sheets. So we are drop shipping with a special note in there and people are like, we're just getting a lot of this. Like, it's super overwhelming right now because like, people are just going nuts over this. Like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. And they have over 600 employees. So we're just in the craziness of this.
That's an order.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very exciting to see all these orders pouring in.
And I think one thing that I want to say, because I know we're about done with this episode, but one thing that I think is super important when you're making these type of decisions is that the product is reflective of you.
Yes,
right. And
absolutely.
One thing in my experience with Robin Richter, as long as I've known her, one thing that Robin, I think, makes you special really in this space is that the quality of the products and the dedication to fulfilling those products.
That's right.
With that quality is exceptional. And that you don't want to present your brand with something that's kind of crooked, kind of wrong. She's such a perfectionist. And the biggest tell is you can't see her right now that we're recording this podcast because obviously it's only audio. But Robin Richter looks right now like she's ready to go.
Oh,
like,
you guys.
She just looks like from 1 to 10, she's like at a 22 right now.
Yeah, she
presents. Oh my gosh. Carlos, can I hug you?
And she always presents like that.
Always
so, and that's
a class
act.
You're absolutely
so
right. Hey, Robin, I want you to name, because I have the subtitle, which I took off LinkedIn, but give the name of the book. They can get it on Amazon, correct? Give us the name of the book.
It's on Amazon. You just type in the Golf Course Millionaire, and then the subtitle is How to Turn Relationships into Big Business Through Golf. And I'll tell you what, if your listeners email you, I'd be happy to provide the Audible for free.
Oh, that's great. Well, and how you do that is info@wickedbionic.com, and just put Robin in the subject and we will know. That's very sweet, Robin. That would be that's terrific.
Very sweet.
My pleasure. My extreme pleasure.
Well, wishing you continued success, Robin. Thank you so much for being our guest today.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening today. Don't forget to subscribe to and share Wicked Marketing on Apple Podcasts and write an awesome review for us. We are also on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Google Play. See you next time. Thank you for listening today. Don't forget to subscribe to and share Wicked Marketing on Apple Podcasts and write an awesome review for us. We are also on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Google Play. See you next time.